taking over, that's a promise, not a threat.
Uppercut, season off top, you stop breathing.
Yeah, what's good, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Real Talk, where, as always, the shitsville, we talk about it. I'm your host for tonight, Pat Scorpio, the New England representative, and as always, I got my man with me. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
Yo, what it do? Shuttleworth the guy, the GOAT artist, aka LB, Lauderdale boss. You know what it is, you know what it does. You know what I mean, RainGangRadio.com in the building. I'm fucking up the intro because it feel like we ain't did a show in years, and you know, niggas is too busy for spinoffs and shit. You know, I tried to make shit happen, but you know, but we here now. You know, boxing greater than football by 3 times. You know, that's my alias for today.
We in no way support Brother LB.
Yes, they do. Nigga.
Comments on football. You know,
because if they had to choose. Look, don't let that be the Twitter poll. Y'all have to make a Twitter poll tomorrow.
Nigga, make that Twitter poll then.
Make that fucking Twitter poll.
Make that, nigga.
You know what? Yo, KP, write this down, nigga. Twitter poll. You have to give up one for a year. NFL or boxing? Which one?
All right, I mean, Pilot P, you heard this, man. We're gonna have to.
One of y'all niggas make that poll tomorrow.
Yeah, you know, I mean, as you know, because football is back, so you know we're gonna have more clashes like this in our podcast. You know, especially if there's a real nigga game on. So, yes, you know that's that's this nigga LB, man. But yo, I got my other man with me. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
Hey yo, what's good, y'all? You already know who this is. Your boy King P, Bodega Box in the building. Ring Gang Radio all day. Let's go. Yo, I don't know why the fuck LB had man, this motherfucker can't let us have any fun. Like, we know you don't fuck with football. You have to make it, I don't fuck with football.
Nah, I let y'all niggas have y'all fun. Like, the weird shit is, I always be like, damn, y'all should do the preseason show. Y'all should do this. Y'all should be doing that. I'm always pushing niggas forward on some progressive shit. Like, PJ the only one appreciate that shit and see. Like, I be like, yo, nigga, you know, you need to do this more. You need to drop a seminar. You know, you the GOAT coach up there, nigga. Do this. Yeah. Put your foot on these niggas' necks. Da. You know, be meaner when you sparring, nigga. Y'all niggas be on some like, oh man, damn, Jay, you being an asshole, nigga. I don't want to be the greatest. Fuck that, you know. I don't want to. I just want to run this bodega. You up here want me to be district manager of bodegas? Like, nigga, chill. Like, sorry, jeez. Like, y'all can have your fucking football. God damn.
Oh, don't worry. We most likely after the first week is completed, we'll definitely have a football related show. You know, and then and obviously
preseason, damn, like yo,
and then of course, you know, we'll have, you know, since three of the cast members here are in fantasy football, I'm the one who doesn't do fantasy football, but I don't, not because I hate it, it's because, you know, it will take a lot of my time. You know,
and King Peter expert, so you know, I gotta defer to him on that. Right?
I mean, him and Rome, you know, they be fantasy football on the asses.
I'm in 9 leagues, so yeah. Too much.
Yeah, exactly. See, if I start, I'll be like this nigga right here. Like, I can't be in 9 leagues, bro, because I'll be checking my phone.
That's why he ain't district manager of all the bodegas. He run that one bodega perfectly because he got 9 fantasy leagues. Damn, this nigga had the 1980s glass.
Yeah, man, it is, man.
But did you jump out and never no surrender, no retreat or some shit? Were you
silly ass nigga?
That was on the set of Showdown in Little China or something.
Yo, you silly as fuck, yo. But yo, I got my other nigga with me. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
Hey, what's fly? It's your boy Conscious Pilot, the West Coast Avenger, #1 contender. It's been a little while since I left off, but you know where the destination is. Ring Gang Radio. It's fly.
Conscious Pilot stays element above the clouds, and you know, Rome may join us a little later or not. You know, we'll see how it goes, though. But yeah, man. You know, like I said, because you know, Monday was Labor Day. You know, all people had plans, so you know, and you know, boxing was light. You know, actually, it's kind of not. So yeah, let people celebrate their Labor Day. You know what I'm saying? Hope everyone had a good day of drinking and grilling and doing whatever. You know, just maintaining. You know what I'm saying, their sanity. and whatnot.
Nah, this America. Labor Day is like one of the most bullshit holidays over here because half the niggas who supposed to celebrate are fucking have to work that day.
Seriously, that's true. Like,
Labor Day is one of the only holidays I feel where everything should just be off that day. Like, if you're celebrating the workforce, the working class citizen, celebrate it then, nigga. Like, it ain't Labor Day if I'm fucking, unless it's a mandated law where it's like, look, if you have to work on Labor Day, you get time and a half. Federal shit, like on some like, yo, like, what's the point of having a holiday? Like, oh goodness.
Honestly, if I think these like just I mean, most holidays these days, man, yeah, they always work. I mean, it doesn't even matter. Like, I think like Christmas is probably the only day that you won't see anything open except for a Chinese restaurant, nigga. So it's like,
and maybe a movie theater.
Yeah, maybe a movie theater. Have I ever watched a movie? I might have. I'm just thinking. I'm
trying to think. I think there was a Lord of the Rings I seen on Christmas or something like.
Because I know Christmas sometimes, depending if the basketball game was kind of whack, if the basketball games are whack, then I go do something in the evening. I might have actually watched movies. I might have to pay attention the next time, bro. But yeah, a lot of these movies, man, they just
you remember, you old enough to remember back in the day when there was holidays, like, nigga, that was it. Like, you're lucky if a gas station opened. Like, a gas station to be open, Chinese restaurant, that's it. It wasn't no, I'm kind of tired of this turkey. Y'all want Pizza Hut? Like, no.
Nah, exactly. Like I said, I mean, Chinese restaurants were still a thing, bro, but it was just, that was the only thing. I mean, they were open. If they weren't open, unless they followed it too, then yeah, that's what you was eating. You was eating leftovers. Yeah. Or you had to make sure you took your ass to the supermarket and make sure you actually had food in your fridge. But Labor Day definitely. I mean, it was a holiday, thankfully for me. It was off, whatever, no working, none of that shit, none to do with that bullshit. So, hopefully you, at least if you weren't off, at least you made the most of it. You know what I'm saying? But
somebody did this past weekend in boxing.
Yeah, I'm saying like. And it was, like I said, it was a thankfully it was a decent fight. Although I gotta say before we go into that fight, that no card should ever be that fucking long though. Like, honestly, it felt like I mean, I don't mind long cards, but that one felt entirely too long. Like, it felt as long as them fucking Probellum cards I used to fucking watch when they're in America. Like, it seemed like it was 5 hours.
That was a Wealth TV. Frank Warren type of Nathan Cleverly Bellew type of marathon card, like.
And real talk, and the Wealth TV cards were still entertaining as fuck. This one was just the whole. It was long and it was pauses long, and it was just like
because the Wealth cards, it's like it almost gave you too much boxing where you're boxed out. Where ESPN, it's like with this shit, it felt like. You're getting too much boxing, but then you're getting too much fluff, too much damn space, too much. It's just it's a horribly produced card. I would like to talk about the mayor fight before we get into the Eubank fight, if you didn't mind. First of all, I'm glad he did mention that the card itself was like poorly produced. It went too long. Too many dead moments. Yeah, like it was a horrible card to watch. The only reason I checked in early and I regretted a little bit was for the mayor fight. Like, because I literally held up all my errands and shit I had to do to see this long ass fucking card. So
I was just like, the fuck. I was just like,
we tweeted about it, nigga. Like, it was terrible. Like.
Yeah, it was just a lot of mid fights, mid fights, and the mayor fight itself. And one thing about Mayor, I mean, Mayor still has not. I mean, I don't know what it is, but Mayor signed the top rank. I don't know why she's not back in America fighting like she's supposed to be. Like what the fuck was that? Like, and on top of that too, like the added weight. She's not, at 130. She was either a 140 or slightly over into welterweight.
She's 40. I missed it. How'd she look?
She's trying to go to 147 next fight.
Yep.
How'd she look though? I missed that fight. How'd she look?
Wow, damn. I let you speak first, Pat. Yeah, because I feel like I might go in a little bit.
I mean, I'll say. I mean, the fight was a little bit live, but for all the wrong fucking reasons. Because one thing that I noticed too is like she was getting hit a little bit too much. You know, some of it was some bullshit, some of it was legit shots. It was just like her. It was like her defense. Because I know Coach L was probably was like telling her like, nah, like like this wasn't that type of fight. That fight was a little bit harder than I thought it should have been for her. Like seriously. Like I like she. I mean, maybe it's just the new weight or whatever. But I'm thinking to myself, if you're gonna be moving up in weight, you shouldn't be getting hit that much as like she was. But I mean, I thought it was a good fight. But for someone like Mayer, it probably shouldn't have been. It should have never played out like that at all. LB.
Agreed, yo. Mayer looked kind of like pedestrian average. Like it's like all her flaws, like they were just on center stage for this performance.
I mean, was her opponent better than you expected, or was it just mainly her? I don't know.
Nah, it was both. Like the opponent was tough, but she was limited, but she was game. And Mayer just kind of let her be better than what she was. Because this is the. I'll be honest, Mayer. It's her ring IQ that's a little lacking in the ring generalship. Like she has the size, the boxing skills to really just jab this lady head off and throw the right hand at a distance and just piece her up with boxing, slowly work your way to the body, and she could have really got this lady out of there 7-8 rounds. Like
right.
But she would fucking stand right in front of her, not move her head, get hit with shots, trade with the lady. Like the thing is, a lot of times there was one point in the fight later on, like maybe 8, 9, 10 rounds later in the fight, where her opponent got tired, and she was like, you know what? I'm just gonna serve my strength and only fire back when Mayer's firing. And she was able to hit her in exchanges throughout the fight, and she doubled down on it late because she was tired. Mayer never stepped on the gas and tried to just get her out of there. She throws the bad right hand that's clubbing when it's like you got the distance to throw a clean, straight smack dab to the chin right hand. You want to fight on the inside, and you think you Paul Williams, but you don't have the work rate or the stamina to do it. Like,
or even the power, even.
So just the thing, she has the power. It's just she's someone who doesn't maximize it. She doesn't punch in a way to get the damn. She wants to bang with you when she doesn't have to. Like you see how Savannah Marshall could fight at a distance. Like Mayer really could do the same thing. And another thing, I thought that the power at 140 from her opponent kind of bothered her a little.
Yeah,
there were several times where Mayer just kind of was rocked and kind of just didn't do anything for a couple seconds before she would just wake up like, hold on, I'm in a fight. Like, like she was kept honest at times. Like, I don't know, like. Maybe she has to settle into 140.
Well, she's supposed to be fighting. She wants Natasha Jonas, the Black British 147.
Dude, Natasha Jonas will stop her at 147. That's a horrible fight for. Did you see Natasha Jonas last fight?
Yeah, she stopped the old girl. I saw that. Yeah.
You saw how Jonas was throwing in that fight?
She was throwing like a motherfucker. Yeah, I remember. I saw that.
Thank you. Like she was, dude. If she would have threw like this against Katie Taylor, she would have beat her.
Let me ask you this real quick. I know Chantel Cameron's not the question because obviously it sounds like Chantel Cameron would dog walk Michaela. But how about McCaskill? So she's a champ and she's kind of,
Matt McCaskill would dog walk her too. Like,
oh, shit.
Look, Jonas, McCaskill, and Cameron all wrong. Like Mayer, stay away from 147. Like,
yes, sir.
Like I think she taps out at 140. At 140, like. You can tell she's thicker at 140, more dense, more solid.
But it takes away from some of her fluidity. Sounds like I didn't watch it. Tom.
Yeah, like she didn't seem fast, like. But then it's like it just don't seem like she's gonna have to box better to stay at 140. I think 140 is good. Like I felt like she was starving herself trying to do the 130.
But she made the weight though. I mean,
she did, and she stayed quicker, and she had to box more. But I think 140 is gonna make her lazy. Like if she goes any higher, like because she's trying to be strong for no reason. When we know you're strong. Just box this lady head off. You don't need to go 10 rounds with this broad, but
right. But I mean, honestly, she hasn't stopped anyone in a while too. I mean, I can't remember the last time if she even knocked somebody down.
Yeah, cause it's the ring generalship. Like she wants to bang with people when she could be boxing dudes up, and it's just the punches. And she started getting her hand. She started dropping her hand because she gets tired, and it's like it's the 4th round in a 2-minute round fight.
Yeah,
like it's just a lot of little shit. Then it's the defense, man. Like she did get hit too much. You're absolutely right. She got hit too much for that level opponent in that fight.
Yes, sir.
You're a former unified champion, like, and stuff like that, like in a damn Eric Morales ass type of fight.
Yeah. I mean, just look. Yeah, she hasn't stopped anyone since 2019, so it's been a while. And then she's just going distance, and
she didn't show separation like she needed to in this fight. Like,
hell no.
That lady, like, the fight was too competitive for that level of like, nah, like, nah. Not no, she can't do 147. Nah. I'm telling you now, if she fights Jonas will stop her.
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially when she throws what she did last time. Yeah, I definitely would. I'd definitely be like, I'm looking at 8 rounds, maybe 7 rounds, because Mayor's tough. But damn. Oh, hold on. Comments. What did do Android? What's going on? Checking in. That card was drawn out way too long. Yes, facts.
Yeah. And even if it was the only boxing card this weekend, like goddamn, like
we didn't need that. Like a marathon of toaster leaving. It's like, hey, what it do, Beth? Hey, what's good? Mayor is looking a little iffy. She needs to be more active at least. Yeah, like fight wise and just in the ring. Like I don't know what they working on. Like I see why Coach Al be on her like that, because it seemed like she's one of those people who just kind of do her own thing. Because like use the jab, pump the jab, piece this lady up. Like why you want to bang with her and then don't move your head? It was frustrating her making that fight as tough as it was, but I was entertained. But then after that, the card went off the deep end and then it came back. So yeah.
No, Liam Smith and Chris Eubank Jr. Now, I mean, most of us pretty much were thinking that this is where Chris Eubank's career was going to come to an end, and I think everyone had that feeling like this is.
I wanted to pick Eubank. I wanted to pick Eubank, but I just thought, again, I said on the pod, I just couldn't believe in him anymore. I wanted to believe in him because Bomac. It was hard to pick him.
Right, but then Bomac again, makes his. I mean, pretty much now Bomac will probably be trainer of the year when it's all said and done, because that motherfucker worked the fucking miracle with Chris Eubank. And on top of that, because we all know before that Chris Eubank had let Roy Jones go, because I guess Eubank felt like Roy was, I don't know, like wasn't, I guess, sharp as he needed to be. Or
dude, honestly, look, that was a pure let me blame the trainer moment. Like, all this is Eubank. Like, Bomac is good. Bomac's quality, great trainer. He should be trainer of the year. But I felt like this was a moment where Eubank was finally on some like, look, if I don't make it work with Bomac, then everybody's gonna shit on me. It's gonna be my fault. This, that.
Yes, sir.
But if I can make it work with Bomac, then people might really believe, Roy Jones wasn't a fit. No, Roy Jones was a perfect fit for you. You weren't just willing to listen and apply the shit. You just weren't you.
Yeah.
The pride hit him. Somebody like Liam Smith, who he obviously thinks is beneath him, hit a sore spot when he beat his ass last fight.
Sure did.
And so he just woke up like, look, if I can't avenge this, I'm leaving all the money on the table. Future Shane Mosley Jr. fights, future Berlanga fights, Charlo fights, Canelo fights, wherever the fuck.
Yes, sir.
But they're all up in there. The Conor Ben fight, the
Kell Brook
fight, all this shit is up in the air and it's gone if you lose to fucking Beefy again. So That's what it was. He was motivated. Like
Mm-hmm.
all this shit. Like, nah, I ain't gonna shit on Roy Jones. Like, Roy Jones ain't perfect, and there's some shit he says and does that I disagree with. But nah, this was purely up to Eubank. He had his gotcha moment. He woke the fuck up and said, you know what? I'm not gonna be the guy who goes into the gym and does his own fucking thing.
That uppercut was the difference. I feel like because he was throwing that with a lot of vindictive.
Yeah.
You know, he was throwing that shit a lot. And
That's his best punch.
It was.
It wasn't just the uppercut. He actually worked off his jab. Imagine that.
Yeah.
That was the biggest fucking.
That's
thing.
always what it was. The motherfucker never wants to work off his jab. It never wants to move his head.
Yeah.
He fought in the style that he's supposed to really fight in. Like, he wanted to do the Roy Jones shit, but then he wasn't making the Roy Jones shit work.
Yeah,
Roy Jones at his best operates behind a jab. Like, he could use the jab. Like,
yeah,
but goddamn, like,
you know. But it was just that simple little tweak of actually being able to do that shit, and it was just like, goddamn, where was this fucking fighter? Like, I mean, even in Eubank's other better performances, like, you know, dude's just highly offensive, but never really showed.
He never looked this good. He looked like a fucking world class boxer this time.
Yeah. And Liam Smith, I mean, although because Liam Smith said that he had to lose 40 pounds for this fight and shit like that. And,
who fucking who?
Yeah. And, you know, and Liam Smith just soon looked like he just couldn't take any of that shit. Like, he was like, oh, wait a minute, this guy's using a jab on me. And Liam Smith couldn't even adjust to that shit. I mean, he tried, but he had nothing. And then Eubank was just piecing him up, especially that uppercut they dropped him with first. That uppercut, that counter uppercut was a beauty. Like, he dropped him with that was a pure uppercut season like moment. Like, you know, I mean, honestly, Liam Smith was just like, God damn, like I got sat down. Like, do I want to get up and continue this fight or not?
Wicked uppercut. And yeah, Android, that's correct. Like, you can tell some of that Roy Jones stuff did eventually rub off a bit. That was best Eubank I've seen. Yeah, like, it's true because look, the lead uppercut he was throwing was pure Roy Jones. Like,
yeah, it was.
But he set him up with he had to set it up with the jab. Like, you can't throw, like, look, you could land the lead uppercut,
right?
But your timing has to be immaculate. And it's not something you could, like, you got to throw it the first time and land it. Like, you can't just be spamming it and be like, okay, like not everybody's Navarrete. Like, only Navarrete, that's his thing. And Roy Jones could do that shit. Hamed could do shit like that, but
yeah.
He set it up with the jab, like Pat said, until he seen Smith lowering and getting right into position, and then bam, he was just working it off the jab.
He was working off the jab, yeah. He was. I mean, that was. I don't know if that was probably his best performance I've seen. I mean, probably. You know.
Yeah, it's his career best performance. I mean, it's definitely.
It's not even probably no more. It's facts.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, it definitely surpassed the DeGale win, which was, or you know, like that, which I thought was his best performance back then. But
damn.
Yeah, the DeGale win. I mean, the DeGale win. Because remember, he got respect. He got double respect that day. Like, because he was like, you know, it was like one of those. It was like one of those wins like he needed to put people to put respect on his name again. But yeah, but after he got for the uppercut, Liam Smith just like he faded, and these guys, and he was just, and Eubank was just beating his ass so much that the ref was just like, you know, the referee could have probably stopped like maybe a round earlier or whatever.
He could have. The moment he stopped the fight was a little bad spot, because I put it up on TikTok and one of the comments was like, "Oh, bad stoppage," and I'm like, "Did you see the fight?" Like, bad timing, but we knew what was gonna happen. Like, Liam Smith, he beat the beef out of Beefy. Like,
yeah, you know, and that's good because, you know, Liam Smith hadn't been stopped. And I think he's only been stopped by Canelo. Like, you know, he hadn't been stopped in a while. Like, you know, and you know he had been streaking. Like, you know, so he
fought some punchers and shit. Like, he fought quality guys.
Yeah. So it was like it was definitely it was definitely a win that he needed. Like, he absolutely positively needed that. Eubank needed that win, and like I was good for Liam Smith because I was like 10. Like, you know, I want him to repeat his upset. You know, because dude looked like he was ready to at least go for a middleweight title and shit like that. But Eubank actually
he enjoyed that food and that candy too much. You know.
Yeah, exactly. You know, whatever the fuck he was doing. You know, yeah.
42 pounds. Like,
yeah,
bro,
that's a fucking lot. Like, geez,
nigga, like. I can understand 20, but 40? Like, you really like? Did you even train at all? Did you box at all during this time?
Yeah, like, I wonder if you just like didn't think much of Eubank, was underestimating him and living off that win,
And it wasn't. I mean, the motherfucker fought this year too, so to gain 40 pounds and lose it, that's fucking crazy. Like, it's,
yeah, that's why it's like I hated the way Tony Bellew came to do the rescue on some like, oh, that's not the best he's looked. Something was wrong. They're like, no, like Eubank was right. Smith was wrong. Like, that was all Eubank. Like, it's not his fault. Because we speculated last fight, Eubank, maybe making the weight, this, that, all the controversy with the Ben fight, this, that, all that shit going on. Maybe didn't his brother die recently too? Leading into that fight.
Liam Smith's brother?
Eubank, nigga, not Liam Smith.
Oh, his brother died like a while ago. It wasn't
a while ago? Okay,
yeah.
But when you all of that, so I get it. But even then, no one, Eubank can't make the excuses, and we didn't make excuses for him. We just doubled down on the shit we've been said about him.
Right.
But we giving him the props that he deserved, and it just is in bad because we gave Smith his props.
Yeah.
But it's just in bad taste.
Gave that motherfucker his props.
Yeah, gave that motherfucker his props, and it's just in bad taste for Smith and his people to just be on some like, nah. We weren't this, that. Like, nah, nigga, that's who fault is that?
Yeah, exactly. Like, you're a professional fighter, Liam. You're a former world champion at that. Like, you know what the game is, bro. Like, if you gained 40 pounds, were you injured? Like, did you feel the need? Like, you signed the contract. I mean,
he could have made a run at a title, like with this win.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he was.
And the type of fight it was. I don't care about seeing a third fight.
Yeah, it's probably going to happen at some point,
maybe,
but not immediately.
Like, down the line. Down the line, like I don't mind seeing a third fight, maybe a year from now. But maybe
also immediately, nah.
So let me ask y'all real quick: the 160, Eubank. I know Eubank had the performance of his career, but do you think how would he fare against, let's just say, Janet Beck or Adames? Does he have a chance or no?
Yeah, both. Yeah, that version that we saw in the ring would stand a chance. Because I don't think that highly of Adames at all. Like, you already know I don't.
Me too. I'm not huge Adames either. I saw Teixeira beat him fairly.
Yeah. Like I said, I keep on mentioning it.
And he was going life and death with fucking J-Rock, who everybody seems to hurt, but he couldn't put him away or hurt him enough.
Yeah, and like I said, that Teixeira win will never set right. That him losing to Teixeira the way he did will never set right because
Adames is
Yeah, and Janet Beck is Janet Beck right now. I mean, he's not, and we don't know. Janet Beck is not no boogeyman either.
By default, he's the best at 160, which is kind of sad. I mean, he's not bad, but like by default, he's about to be unified.
He has the most accomplishments that I can't say he's the best. Like 160 is like
he's a good boxer. It's not like he's a
he's solid, but I mean, because he got the belt, bro. Like
honestly,
him and Adames would be like a 50-50 fight, really.
Yeah, everything is 50-50 fight, even including this unification that dude is going to be in next month. Again, against a light German Italian or whatever the fuck.
Munguia was like out of this crop of 160 guys right now. Munguia was like the only person I felt like I think could beat everyone at his best. But then it's like this nigga, like, what weight is he at now?
He skipped 160 without accomplishing a damn thing.
He didn't skip it. He just ain't do shit there.
He reached 160.
He goes to 168 and goes life and death with someone he really shouldn't be going life and death with. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so it's like a whole mess. The thing, okay, let me ask you this: Denzel Bentley or Eubank?
Honestly, I'm surprised that it has to be even been mentioned. I would.
I love that fight. I like that fight a lot.
That's a good ass fight.
I like that fight.
I'd be the king of the fucking uppercuts. Jesus.
Yeah. Bentley, honestly, and they can make it happen. You know what I'm saying? Because Bentley's they're in the same promotional outlet, if I'm not mistaken. Like, they're in the same promotion, so that fight could absolutely happen. But what made me a little angry with Eubank is he wasn't calling Andy's fight. He was calling out Conor Ben for whatever the fucking reason. He was calling out Kell Brook. He was calling out Triple G. Triple G was like, yo, Triple G's not even a fucking champion. Like, Like, bro, he gave up 2 of his belts. Like, you know.
Yeah, he was acting like it was 2016.
Yeah, I want Triple G. Triple G is chilling right now. Like,
Triple G's retired, and maybe he'll come out for a payday. But he's paid his debt to boxing.
Yeah, like that. How much more you want him to hold up the middleweights? Like, bro, like let him go. Like,
yeah, he's not holding Triple G. When Triple G gave up all his belts, basically it's time for middleweights to actually do something. Like, you know, it's just like. And it's just
and the thing is,
you don't want no smoke with any of the champions. Like, there's the thing is like I understand it's UK, it's money fight or whatever the fuck, but come the fuck on, like stop chasing the motherfucker who blamed eggs on failing a drug test or Kell Brook who is really shouldn't be fighting anymore. Like, you know,
that's the thing with Eubank that pisses everybody off because. He's always trying to be in this like Jared Anderson literally wants to be this dude, but that's
Jared Anderson he's a haircut, but at least Chris Eubank hasn't actually outright said it. But how he's moving is it's
how he moves because the thing is he wants his career he is making up a new lane in boxing that occupies a space that's not quite Jake Paul, it's not quite Tank, but it's not quite the rest of the serious boxing.
Yes.
And it's like he's just really trying to just make this lane. Like everybody else I kind of get where they're doing. Like Jake Paul, I see where he's doing. He has his lane, and that's good because he showcased other boxers and he's giving fights for a demographic, making his money, this, that.
Right.
Cool. Like It all helps the sport in the big scheme of things, so I don't bitch about it like other people do. Get it? The Tank Ryan Garcia, okay, it's a little more serious, but then it's like, okay, a little more serious than a Jake Paul, but
yeah,
it ain't the Loma Haney shit that motherfuckers want. So fine, I get it, capitalizing on celebrity, popularity, and somewhat being hardcore enough. So you have your lane. Yeah, I get it. But that lane is kind of shrinking for Tank. Now we're getting to the point where like, okay, we want to see Tank in real fights. But the lane was cool while he had it. Cool, okay. But Eubank is just, he's in a place where you got names. They're all dangerous. They could be money fights, but they're not like the Jake Paul, Ryan Garcia, Tank level fights that he wants.
Right, exactly.
And so they're fights that kind of like he's supposed to win.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, we don't really want to see him. And the fights we want to see him in where we're like, you know what? This might be 50-50. This might be 60-40. Like, Johnny back the favorite, but he's not an overwhelming favorite. This is a good fight. Like, you don't want to take those fights, and it's just kind of like,
yeah, it's frustrating because he's like, you know, Conor Ben shouldn't, like, you know, I'm
he's not believing in himself.
Yeah, because the whole Conor Ben shit is probably played a part of the reason why he lost to Liam Smith in the first place, because motherfucker would drain himself and they had to make weight again. Like, you know, you can't yo-yo your weight like that, and it's just like, you know, leave this Conor Ben shit alone. Like, you know, it's done. Like, you know, like. You know, that's why it's just that's why you want, like, you know, you clearly have Bomac clearly improved you to the point where you can actually do something in the division.
Well,